Okay, welcome back to our first, it's not really welcome back to, it's welcome to our F250 Bullnose Ford F-Truck 80s turd patina thing episode build. Yeah, good, nice, man. This has not been loved for a long time, and today we're gonna start the seemingly impossible process of trying to bring it into the 2025 era of reliability and technology, and hopefully get it just that little bit happier, a little bit less squeaky, a little bit less rattly, and just all round better looking. We've got a lot planned for this thing, and I am excited. In front of me is a whole bunch of bits and pieces. I'm not convinced a single thing that's in front of me is gonna fit this car, and I'll tell you why. We never got these in Australia, and we never got the 7.5 litre V8, the 460 big block, which means that finding belts, tune-up kits, filters, all this gear is very, very difficult. So I've been scouring the internet using places like Rock Auto over in the States, and actually like this, couldn't find a local air filter, had to bring it in from America. The same goes with the thermostat housing, all this other bits and pieces. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it all matches up and all works and stuff. These came in from America. These are some clear indicators to replace these amber ones. Hopefully just give the front end a bit of a refresh. This is our tune-up kit. This is gonna have, as pictured, hopefully, leads, distributor cap, and a rotor button. We've also got some, this is the thermostat housing. We've got a brand new thermostat. We've got an air filter, gasket. I think that's pretty much all we're gonna be trying to tackle today. We have already done a bit of a service on this thing. It's got new oil, it's got a new oil filter in it. We've got a whole bunch of new coolant sitting over there as well to dump in it as well. And then if we do have time at the end of today, I am going to try and straighten this front bumper up a little bit. It's gonna be pretty crude. My methodology is put a big trolley jack under the corner that's bent and just jack the car up on it. Hopefully, because it's just chrome, it'll bend back. I don't know. We're gonna f*** around and find out together. But first, follow me over into the tool corner because you guys have not missed the mark. When I asked for stickers, you've been sending in stickers, and our first batch at the PO box has just come in. So let's go take a look. If you missed the memo, this is our shop fridge. It's large, ugly, white, partially covered in stickers. And I figured no one else on the internet is really doing this. So I set up a PO box specifically for us. And if you guys have small business, if you guys have got little YouTube channels, big YouTube channels, if you've got little caricatures of your car that you guys have made into stickers, send them in here. I want to cover this whole fridge, support you guys, give you an opportunity to have your shit represented on the channel. But follow me over here. We've had a couple of parcels, and I've also picked up a couple of stickers. So we've got Meredith Metalworks have come through with a little holographic one. Obviously Max and Kaido. We've got a couple from Hyperfab. I was down there chewing the fat with them yesterday. Thought I'd represent the local gym because Papa's back on his health kick. So CrossFit Caloundra, big props. This first one is from Peanuts. Yeah, sick. Oh, I haven't even looked at this. This is sick. This is actually my first time seeing it. Whoa! Hold on, guys. Let me just freak out and fangirl for a second. Naughty HQ logo. I don't even know how he got this file. I didn't send him anything. But you know what? That's sick. The OG Naughty 40 when it was the fulcrum wrap, mitts, tray, and canopy. This is a photo from a really recent shoot. I don't know how we got this. Maybe he's following me. That's our boy. That's Peanut, I guess. Yeah, that's fucking sick. Oi, no. Are you kidding me? You guys thought I had good fans, but that's just blown me away. Keep this moving along. That's crazy. Auto Vice sticker? Auto Vice stickers, maybe? Oi, nah. Oi, nah. Yeah, you're not even ready. I actually don't think you're ready. Oi, shit, cuz. That is mad. 80 series Land Cruiser Hot Wheels. Big shout out to the homies at Auto Vice. All right, lucky last. I think he's gonna be my favorite one because it's from I Play Dirty, but it's addressed to Daddy Sam Young. So if you guys are sending me stuff, try to make it funny. If you want an extra good chance of me putting you in a YouTube episode or whatever, make it funny as because I like that shit. Sam, you sexy I've thrown in one of our beach body chamois for when you're all moist at the beach. Some of our stickers and some of our mates brands, which is all about mental health, Big love from WA, Jared, keep playing dirty. That is sick. Wooden bottle opener, normal bottle openers, a heap of stickers, bite back apparel, play dirty. That is fucking epic. I'm actually gonna open this up. If you guys wanna send me anything, full stop, here's my thought. Come with me, Andy. Here's what I'm thinking of doing. This wall, picture this, glass display cabinet, a little bit of lighting in it, and it's just a collection of random shit that my subscribers send me. So if you guys have like blown up an engine and you want to send me a blown up piston, if you've got random funny shit you want to send in and you want to see featured on the channel, I reckon I'm gonna get a display case, put it up here and put all your stuff in there. And then if you want to send me anything for the fridge or the case, PO Box 69. Don't ask me how I got it. It's a bloody meant to be sort of situation. PO Box 69, Moffat Beach, Queensland 4551. It'll be on the screen. Send it in. Anyway, let me quickly slap all these stickers on the fridge and then we can get into today's episode. Factory fitted shoelace to make bonnet release a dream. Now, these belts have been squealing their head off since I got the car. From what I can tell, these have been on there since America because these part numbers, they're Napa belts. Napa's huge over in the States. What I can tell from the part numbers that are on these belts, we could not get a local crossover no matter what system, no matter what website we use. So I reckon these are like the original belts that were on this thing from before it was imported. And basically, when I bought the car, it was okay. And then I think because the car hadn't run or really been driven for so long, the belts were just basically pretty much dry rotted. So what we're hoping to do today is get these all off and replace them with brand spankers. The reason we have more belts on my bench here than what we have in the car is because your boys at Repco, well, yeah, I don't know, need I say more? I needed 2 of these and 1 of these, and then I went in to pick them up and I had 2 of these and 1 of those. So now I have 2 of these and I had to get another 1 of these. So I have 2 of these and 2 of these and 1 of those and 1 of these.
What?
Worth noting, if you saw in the previous episode, you'd already know this, but we went and fitted a brand spanking new Holly and a 1-inch carb spacer as well. Mostly because these things generate so much heat. And the bloke in the carb shop was like, oh, this hasn't got a carb spacer on it. And I was like, what do you mean, what's a carb spacer? And he was like, well, these things make so much heat, mate, that by the time the fuel actually gets in there, it's already boiling hot, and it's no good. So we added a 1-inch insulator there to help it all run a bit smoother. We also got the electric choke working, which wasn't working when we first got the car, etc. One thing worth noting that he pointed out was the vac advance in the distributor has completely shit the bed. So it's got a bit of a flat spot. The vac advance obviously not working. It is what it is. We'll replace that at some point, either go MSD, electric ignition sort of thing, or just replace it with a factory one. What you can see is that these leads are a combination of fracked and on their way to being fracked. And replacing the leads on this thing is pretty damn simple. So I think we're gonna be doing, we'll start things off with the distributor. The thermostat's right here. Before we pull that off, we're just going to double check that we have got the right thing and then swap over any fittings that we might need, or otherwise just leave them blanked off. Bada bing, bada boom. At a big brain moment, SP makes their Sumo series on wheels. So instead of having to constantly walk back and forth to get tools, just bring all of the tools to where we need them. Oopa! All right, lovely. What are we looking at here is a brand new, I don't know how this has happened, but it's bright blue, which is really going to stand out in this engine bay. But what I was going to say was that there's all these stickers that help you number what lead goes where. So that's helpful. Last time I did ignition leads on a car was a Suzuki, and I really f***ed it up, and it was misfiring and carrying on, and I pretty much reversed the firing order completely. So that was really good. I don't particularly want to crack the radiator just yet and drop coolant, for a couple of reasons. One is this thing takes around just shy of 20 litres of coolant. 20 fucking litres, unheard of. It's also still very, very warm from my drive over here in the morning, and it's gonna be a mess. I don't have a container to catch it in, so I'm gonna have to hook in. I'm a little bit scared, Andy. I'm a little bit scared. It's like I don't have maxi poo here, so if I fuck it all up, can I get a lift? If I The other thing I'm just going to do now is, because a couple of these bolts are a little bit suspicious and they've all come from varying places, I'm assuming most of them are going to be super crusty, super crunchy, and super gross. So everything down to hose clamps, the bolts that are holding the thermostat housing in and all that sort of stuff, and even the fittings that we're going to have to swap over, I'm going to go now while we're about half an hour ahead of where we need to be. Spray them all with WD-40. It's obviously a penetrant. It's going to help and make sure that these bolts come free without us having to round strip or shear any of these off, because every quick DIY project is one snapped bolt away from really sucking. Let's pull this apart and make it not run anymore. Actually looks okay under here. Just around here there's a bit of corrosion-y business going on. I don't know if you guys can see that. Not too bad. This is really all about just peace of mind today, because there's only a certain amount of things that can go wrong on a car that's this simple. So by replacing all of those ahead of time, preventative maintenance is always better than whatever the other thing is, so yeah. Lovely. You can see the wear on the end of that point. Boom. Okay, bay one. So, you can probably see here, that's all just mud. It's super gross. Also, might I add, these kits, for pretty much any car, obviously the more cylinders and the bigger engine, the more expensive it is, but this is a really cheap way to do it. I reckon all this stuff came from the States in like a week. Cost me like $250 delivered for like the thermostat housing, thermostat air filter, and the tune-up kit, and is probably one of the best, most cost-effective things you can do. Hear that click. How's this for clean and Sam getting dirty, eh? The internet will love this. Oh, king. Anyway, again, another set of filthy gross. You kidding? Last 4 leads. People are gonna think this is AI. Because there's no way Sam's working on his own car. He doesn't even know how to swing a spanner, that bloke. Emotional damage. All right, we're just going to crack the thermostat bolts first, because if they shear or I can't get them or around them, then that pretty much pumps the brakes on Daddy's little day. Also, while you're here, what are you doing? Take a second, subscribe. The #1 way you guys can help me keep doing what I love and making content that you love is helping me grow. We are getting dangerously close to 70,000 subscribers. And once we hit 70K, mate, 100K is bloody just a little way up the road, you know what I'm saying? So hit subscribe, take a moment now and pause the video. And we're back. Hopefully you've subscribed. Anyway, appreciate you. Let's see if we can't snap a bolt in half. Oh, this makes me so anxious. Oh, coolant's coming out everywhere. I'm gonna drain the system first. Sometimes if you have like a really brittle radiator hose and you go and try and get it off the radiator, it all goes pear-shaped. Oh, there's actually a drain plug on the radiator. How hot was that coolant? Hot enough to hurt, good. Oh God, that's like when a tire seat's on the bead, hey? Oh! Oh. Young Andrew, could you, behind you is a rag, just any... Okay, I think we're good. Oh yeah, nice. I think it's a pretty good achievement if we get like 3% of the coolant in the bucket and the rest on this beautiful floor that I didn't seal and will stain irreparably. Okay, so in about 6 months' time, once that 20 litres of coolant's drained out of that tiny little hole, we'll be able to get on with our lives. In the meantime, what I'm gonna start doing is ripping into this air filter, swap that out. This is the air cleaner. You can see the top of the carb there. Now, doesn't look too dirty, although there is definitely some nature in here, and it's obviously been sat for a while as well due to that discoloration in there. I think looking at the state of this, maybe at some point in the not too distant future, we might look at getting a new air cleaner for this, just because this has definitely seen some better days. But for now, we'll help it breathe a little easier and get rid of this old girl and whack a freshie in.
Tighten that wing nut up. Wind that drain plug back in, and then we can drop that lower radiator hose, get the rest of the coolant out of the engine block. Oh, this is gonna be so messy. Oh, mess. Compare the pair. That is gross. Down there, it's definitely been gooped and paper gasketed before, and it's actually a really gross mating surface. So grab yourself a brand new razor blade. If you've got a gasket scraper, use that. We don't. And we're just gonna basically run this along this surface down here. As you can see, you've got all this material there that's gonna stop your new gasket from actually being able to seal. And that's the sort of stuff that'll give you a water leak, which is really not ideal. Okay, this is our original water neck thermostat housing. We pulled the thermostat housing off, and it was thermostat was MIA. And it's for a number of reasons, apparently. I spoke to Toddy Boy from Todd's Mods, who's the F-Truck connoisseur of all things big blocks, and Ford. And he said it's pretty common for people back in the day to rip thermostats out of cars just to help them stay cooler for longer or something along those lines. But there's no particular reason why it shouldn't have a thermostat in it. At least that we're aware of. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna chuck this one in. This is the brand new one that we got from Rock Auto. It's a high flow thermostat. It's got the little bleed nipple in there as well, which is what you want. Otherwise they're a cut to bleed. We'll whack this in. We've got a new gasket and that new thermostat housing. We'll put it all back together, put some new coolant in it, run it up. And then worst case is if it doesn't want to play ball and it has a thermostat in it and starts impacting its reliability or anything weird like that, then what we can do is open it back up and pull it out. Pretty simple. The thermostat will sort of house nicely like that. And just do it up until it's snug. And you know it's not going to slip off past there. Hell yeah. Old, new. Make good choices, people. It's not that f***ing hard. Where the f***? Oh yeah. I think part of our problems, so this thing was like anything over, this little red line at like, I think it's 5,000 RPM, anything over 2,500, this thing was just like squealing its head off, which is A, super embarrassing, but B, no good. Now, in between every tooth on this, this is called like a ribbed V-belt. You can see in between every tooth on this belt is just split and torn. So I'd say it's a very old belt. Now, with any luck, Repco, I'm going to kick some teeth in if this is wrong, just so you know. You're lucky this time, buddy. Anyway, we are going to get all these belts back on and routed correctly. Then we'll start back to front doing them up, I suppose. Hell yeah, brother. Lovely is what that is. No idea how much coolant came out of this thing. So we've got 20 litres on the shelf, which should more than do us. 20 litres definitely didn't come out of this. Obviously gonna be hard to know without starting the car and running it and stuff. So we'll probably just end up filling the radiator, start it with the cap off, and then as it bleeds, you'll see the level drop and you just keep topping it up until it gets up to operating temperature. That new thermostat will open and then more coolant will flow into the engine and then bloody game on. Keep topping it up until she tops up no more or bubbles stop forming. Okay, so that is just about this first stage done. We are basically going to kick it in the guts now. The radiator and whatever parts of the system we can are full of coolant. We've got fresh green premix. We've got all our leads on, distributor, cap, the button. Everything's plugged back in, the belts are on and they're all tight. We're going to start it up now and it's basically going to tell us whether we've done our job correctly or not. I might just top up the overflow while we're here as well. So if we've done our jobs correctly, then it should start right up and run quite happily. And then hopefully we'll just let it run and idle for a bit. It can bleed some of the cooling system. We'll wait till the thermostat opens, etc. And then, yeehaw, we'll move on to our front end indicator lights and try and straighten up that bumper. It's never sounded better. Okay, so we've got the ignition system overhauled, new filter in there, all the belts replaced, thermostat housing and thermostat in. We've checked it all for leaks, tightened up a couple of things. It's full of coolant. We've run it up to temperature. The thermostat opened, the temp came back down. Happy fucking days. This thing is going from strength to strength. Next up is going to be probably a controversial one. These amber lights up the front here, I personally think date the car a lot and they look a little bit soft. Now in America, these are your running lights. So these, when your headlights are on, these are on as well. So what I've gone and done is ordered from the States a set of these American style LED front lamps to replace those. I think it's going to look way better, way sleeker, especially once we do the next stage of mods to this thing. And these seem to be the best quality ones that I could get. It was about a month wait for these. So hopefully these fully sealed LED boys are going to look really nice and tidy in here. We'll see. I know it's not, you know, full blown keeping with the period correctness, but overall I think we're doing pretty well in terms of what we're going to be doing in this car to keep it period and fairly tidy looking. So hells yeah. Also you'll notice off camera, new brand spanking Ford badge, which was one of the most expensive things I've ever purchased for such a small thing, but the old one was and that looks sick. So anyway, what do you guys reckon? Comment below. I'm not gonna throw the amber ones out. Drop a comment what you reckon, amber or clear. Chuck the clear in for now, but if you guys hate it, we might switch it back. I think it's pretty tidy. I'm liking it. All right, all in an afternoon's work. I am slowly but surely getting more and more confident in this thing. I've been daily driving it with a little bit of hesitation and trepidation over the past month or so. Now, having sort of tackled a few of those jobs that I've been putting off, I feel a whole lot more confident. Since we've got this thing, new carb, all new fluids, all new filters, all new ignition system. We did try to straighten this bumper out, although I think it's gonna be a little bit more work than what I was willing to put into it. That's fine. We got these clear running light, parker light, indicators, whatever you want to call them. I think they look really sick. We're just obviously going to be running a white globe or like an LED upgraded globe in the headlights and high beams, just so that it all matches, because at the moment it's halogen and LED. It looks a bit whacked. That's all okay. We also tidied up that wiring at the back from where we swapped out the bumper to that factory bumper again. Overall, I think great success. This thing has never run better. It's never sounded better. Hopefully, it's never been as reliable as what it's going to be right now. We've got a couple more exciting episodes coming for this F-Truck build. Let me tell you, starting off with a little bit of patina care. I am leaving this thing patinaed. I think if you have an old Yang Tank sort of old school vehicle like this, it needs to be left patinaed. And we've got a really special product that we've managed to source from America that's going to allow us to at home protect this patina, if you will. We're also got a date with Dave at Underbelly Restos as well to get this thing dry ice blasted and then coated. And then the cool shit can happen. Wheels, tires, suspension, and a whole bunch of other cool shit. Hopefully get a little bit of bling on this motor as well. Maybe go see Chantel and the team at Sunshine Powder Coatings. We've got a lot to do, and I can't wait to bring you guys along for the ride. Hopefully you're loving this F-Truck build. Something a little bit different for the channel, and I think it's a fucking cool car. Whether you like it or not, you can't deny this thing is gangster. As always, make sure you've subscribed. Make sure you're liking this video. Make sure you're commenting, and we'll see you next Thursday.